Ahead on Eyewitness News at 11, new details tonight concerning the death of a pregnant Pelham woman, what an autopsy reveals. Plus, pay raise, how a bill in the Florida legislature looks to give state employees more cash in their paychecks. Purple Palooza, how dozens were able to bring awareness and raise money in the fight against a deadly disease.
And the clouds arrive this afternoon. The rain not too far behind. We'll check the area's only live radar and the forecast. Eyewitness News at 11 starts right now.
Live from the WCTV studios, this is Eyewitness News at 11. Coverage you can count on.
New details tonight concerning the arrest of two Manatee County murder suspects. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm James Buckley. Abby and AJ are off. The arrest happened on Monday right here in Tallahassee. James Hardy and Daniel Mann were arrested at the corner of North Monroe Street and John Knox Road Monday afternoon. The two are accused of shooting and killing a man in Bradenton on Saturday. These photos show Hardy and Mann's arrest right outside the Walgreens store. U.S. Marshals and the Tallahassee Police Department assisted in their arrest. A man wanted for cashing thousands of dollars worth of counterfeit payroll checks has been arrested. Deputies have been searching for 32-year-old Andre Valdez Gaston since late December. He's accused of various crimes, including bank fraud and ID theft. Deputies searched the home where Gaston was found. It's located on the 4000 block of Olander Drive. They found 265 counterfeit checks and credit cards, 2 stolen guns, several rounds of ammunition as meth, cocaine, and marijuana were also found. Gaston and another man, Trylon Streeter, were arrested and taken to the Leon County Jail. Officials investigating 2 bodies found in the Apalachicola National Forest. Alvin Glenn Martina and Caitlin Galat were missing since last weekend. They were last seen headed into the forest in search for firewood. After an extensive search by FWC, the National Forest Service, and sheriff's deputies, they were found dead inside their car. Authorities say there is no evidence of foul play. Preliminary autopsy results are now in for a Pelham woman found dead in her home, but we still don't know how she died. According to investigators, 24-year-old Caitlin Porter Palmer was found unresponsive by her husband. It happened just before 6 Saturday morning. She was 9 months pregnant. Investigators say there was no obvious signs of blunt force trauma to the body. Now Palmer's body will be sent for a toxicology test. Jurors could reach a verdict as early as tomorrow in the trial of a Tallahassee man accused of a fatal accident. The prosecution says Jeffrey Rushing crashed an SUV into the Oclockney River, leaving Jordan Nadeau at the scene. According to prosecutors, Rushing didn't report the crash or that Nadeau was missing until 11 hours later. She was found dead inside that vehicle. Rushing faces several charges, including DUI manslaughter and leaving the scene of an accident involving a death. His trial will continue tomorrow. Tonight, homeowners, small business owners, and average Joes weigh in on the future of FAMU Way. The road project remains underway, but officials want to add amenities like a skatable public art area near a stormwater pond. The citizens group tasked with advising the development group would also like the area's history to be featured.
Provided insight into things they'd like to see, names they'd like memorialized, people they would like to have included in terms of statues, artistic representations.
The first portion of FAMU Way and Capitol Cascades Trail segment was completed this past October. Well, it's been 8 years since state employees in Florida have gotten a raise, but that soon could change. A bill is currently moving through the Florida Senate. Now, if it passes, state workers would receive a 3% pay increase. Union officials say state employees went years without a raise during tough economic times, and now they deserve it.
We're looking at potential surplus in dollars this year, as the governor's quoted. And I think that we're at that point in time now that the state is starting to make its comeback and that the state employees should be rewarded for all the work that they've done during the tough times.
There's a lot of state workers who are working 3 or 4 different jobs and getting one salary, so a pay increase would be really nice.
The year state workers did get a 3% increase was the same year they were required to pay 3% more into their retirement. Leon County schools are still on heightened alert after recent social media threats. Most of the schools recorded normal attendance today, except Godby. Attendance there was down 50%. The Leon County Sheriff says the threat could have come from anywhere, but they will continue to investigate. Well, most of us remember the joys of going outside on the playground, but for more and more students, the free time has been cut completely. Some Florida moms are pushing to make it a law to actually have recess. WCTV's Simone Davis tells us why.
Barbara Hedge of Pinellas County has fond memories of playing at recess when she was in school. Unfortunately, her 3 children won't have the same memories.
Well, none of my children have ever had recess in school except for in kindergarten.
Tuesday morning, Hedge and other concerned mothers throughout the state went to the Capitol. They're asking lawmakers to require school districts to provide 20 minutes of uninterrupted recess for students in kindergarten through 5th grade.
We reached out to other counties that are having issues, and we've all come together to try to push House Bill H33 and Senate Bill 1002.
The law would also require recess for students in 6th grade if those students attend a school that includes 1 or more elementary grades. 2 teachers from Gadsden County say they couldn't imagine teaching their students without recess in the schedule.
It's a brain break. It stimulates the mind. Just imagine being in 4 closed walls all day for 7 hours that we're in school. If they don't get that break, they don't think properly.
And for recess moms, they say that's what the fight is about, giving children the break they deserve.
That our people acknowledge that these are children and they're not little machines that collect data.
It's a long road ahead of us, but there's over 1.2 million public school children in Florida, grades K through 5, that this bill will positively and 100% directly impact. So we're hoping that it goes through.
That was Simone Davis reporting. Now, a House subcommittee has already passed the bill in a unanimous vote. The moms testified before a House committee on the issue today. They're waiting for it to be put on the agenda in the Senate. Well, it's a special day at the Capitol as thousands celebrate Children's Day. Young people filled the courtyard to promote a better quality of life for kids. A big focus was, of course, on health and education. Many of the children were glad to be a part of today's festivities. Children's Week has been held since 1995. It's a joint effort between dozens of state and local organizations. Some familiar faces read aloud to children today in Storybook Village at the Florida Capitol. It was part of today's festivities. Kids who participated were even sent home with their own book. 9-year-old Emily Weller was also there today. She attends Conley Elementary. Emily collected more than 1,000 books for children who are part of the Early Learning Coalition.
I did 2 book drives. The first one I raised 525 books. And the second one I did with my Miss Tallahassee Sister Queens, and we raised over 1,000 books.
Great job. Emily says when she grows up, she wants to be a writer and illustrator. She says her hope is that other children will love reading as much as she does. The First Lady of Georgia spends her day with children in the Syrup City. As part of her tour, Sandra Deal looks to promote her book, Memories of the Mansion. Deal expressed to students the importance of getting a good education. She even surprised the Grady County Teacher of the Year. Deal says it's all about having the desire to learn and then doing something about it.
I found out that we were the 8th governor, but there had been only 2 little portions of books written about the mansion and about the families who had lived there. And as I began to interview them and ask questions just for my own curiosity, and I would share it, people would say, "You need to write that down."
Deal says she plans to send a copy of the book to every public library in Georgia. That's more than 400 books in total. Well, the old Capitol in Tallahassee turns purple to represent Alzheimer's awareness. Nearly 100 advocates arrived in Tallahassee from across the state this evening. They'll be at the Capitol tomorrow to speak with representatives and senators. Among their goals are an increase in research and education programs.
There are over 500,000 Floridians that are affected by this. And so we're here to advocate for our legislators and the great things they're doing here in Tallahassee.
Florida has the 2nd highest Alzheimer's disease incident rate in the entire country. Well, a night of silent auctions, music, and the color purple just wraps up. Purple Palooza was hosted by the North Leon Relay for Life team. Proceeds go towards the American Cancer Society, and for one organizer, the battle against cancer is a personal one.
And I am doing it in honor of my mother, who I lost 5 years ago to cancer. So it's my way of helping fight the fight so that no one else hopefully has to go through what I did with my mom.
Now, there's still time to donate and sign up for a team for the relay. You can go search for North Leon on the American Cancer Society website, Relay for Life will run this May. When Eyewitness News at 11 continues, the company Apple has a mixed bag when it comes to a quarterly report. We'll break down all the numbers after the break. But first, Chief Meteorologist Mike McCall joins us now with a preview of the forecast. I just wish we had more days like today all this week.
Nice to see those 70s coming back, and it's been kind of a cool January. Today certainly warmed up. Guess what? Now it's about to get wet. It won't be as warm tomorrow because some of those showers will on the left-hand side of the screen and on the bottom of the screen can come into our area as we head throughout your Wednesday, even a few Wednesday night and a few Thursday morning. We'll break down those rain chances and look at the rest of the forecast in just a bit.